Property management, expanding broker responsibility beyond sales. As we continue building toward the full operational picture of a brokerage, property management represents one of the most compliance-heavy areas of real estate practice. Unlike traditional sales transactions, property management is ongoing, involves continuous handling of client funds, and requires strict adherence to record-keeping and fiduciary standards. Property management is not just about collecting rent. It is about financial stewardship, documentation, and accountability. Under Arizona law, brokers who engage in property management must operate with heightened oversight due to the handling of other people's money. Example: a broker manages multiple rental properties but fails to properly track security deposits. When a tenant dispute arises, the broker cannot account for funds, creating serious legal exposure. This section connects directly back to earlier topics in this course, including trust account management, supervision under AAC, R428-1103, and record-keeping requirements. ARS, Paragraph 32-2175, Property Management Records, Requirements, and Audits. ARS, Paragraph 32-2175, establishes the foundation for property management compliance in Arizona. It requires brokers to maintain complete, accurate, and auditable records for all property management activities. Key requirements include maintaining records of all receipts and disbursements, keeping separate records for each property managed, ensuring records are available for ADRI inspection or audit, retaining records in accordance with statutory timelines. Example: during an ADRI audit, a broker is asked to provide detailed records for a managed property. If records are incomplete or inconsistent, the broker may face disciplinary action under ARS, paragraph 32-2153. In 2026, with increased regulatory oversight, brokers must assume that audits are not a possibility. They are an expectation. Property management agreements, shall required elements for compliance. A property management agreement is the foundation of the relationship between the broker and the property owner. These agreements must clearly define duties, responsibilities, and authority. A compliant property management agreement shall include identification of all parties, description of the property, scope of services to be provided, compensation structure, authority granted to the broker, handling of funds, and trust account procedures. Example: a property management agreement does not clearly define whether the broker can authorize repairs. A dispute arises when repairs are made without owner approval. Clarity in agreements reduces risk and ensures proper expectations are established from the beginning. Property management agreements may. Additional provisions for protection. While certain elements are required, property management agreements may also include additional provisions to further protect the broker and the owner. These may include maintenance authorization limits, emergency repair procedures, tenant screening criteria, insurance requirements, indemnification clauses. Example: an agreement includes a clause allowing the broker to approve emergency repairs up to a certain dollar amount. This prevents delays and protects the property from further damage. In 2026, well-drafted agreements are one of the most effective risk management tools available to brokers. Management firms shall provide the owner with transparency and accountability. Transparency is a cornerstone of property management. Brokers must regularly provide property owners with clear and accurate information regarding their property. This includes monthly or periodic financial statements, updates on tenant activity, maintenance and repair reports, communication regarding significant issues. Example: an owner does not receive regular updates and later discovers unpaid rent and unresolved maintenance issues. This lack of communication can lead to complaints and loss of trust. Providing consistent reporting ensures accountability and strengthens the broker-client relationship. Property's financial status, minimum reporting requirements. Under ARS, paragraph 32-2175, brokers must provide a clear picture of the property's financial status. At a minimum, this includes income received, rent, fees, deposits, expenses paid, repairs, management fees, utilities, current balances held in trust, outstanding obligations. Example: a property owner reviews their statement and sees discrepancies between rent collected and expenses reported. Without accurate financial tracking, disputes quickly arise. Accurate financial reporting is not optional. It is a legal requirement and a core fiduciary duty. Pursuant to ARS, paragraph 32-2175, ongoing compliance and broker responsibility. ARS, paragraph 32-2175, reinforces that property management is an ongoing obligation requiring consistent compliance. Brokers must ensure that all systems, processes, and personnel involved in property management adhere to these requirements. This ties directly back to AAC R428-1103, Broker Supervision, ARS, Paragraph 32-2151.01, Record-Keeping Requirements, AAC R428-1101, Professional Conduct and Reasonable Care. Example: a broker delegates property management duties to an assistant without proper supervision. Errors occur in financial reporting, leading to regulatory issues. The broker remains responsible. In 2026, delegation does not reduce responsibility. It increases the need for structured supervision. Section Review: Property management as a high-level brokerage function. Property management represents one of the most complex and regulated areas of real estate practice. It requires a combination of financial discipline, legal compliance, and operational efficiency. We now see how this section connects to the entire course. Supervision ensures compliance, record-keeping supports audits, agreements define expectations, financial reporting builds trust, policies reduce risk. A brokerage that successfully manages property management operations demonstrates a high level of professionalism and control. Online discussion: why is property management considered a higher risk activity than traditional sales? Answer: because it involves ongoing handling of client funds, continuous responsibilities, and strict record-keeping requirements. What is the purpose of a property management agreement? Answer: to clearly define the roles, responsibilities, authority, and compensation between the broker and the property owner. Why is financial reporting critical in property management? Answer: because it ensures transparency, accountability, and compliance with legal requirements.